Here I am. Good morning, risers. How is everybody today? On this Tuesday, God bless ya. Welcome to the madness. Holy smoke, Schebler can't get out of his own way. Do you ever see somebody that just trips over themselves as much as this guy? What in the world is wrong with him? Oh my gosh. You get to the point where you just feel bad for him. I mean, really. Look out. There's a falling rock. It's like watching the Roadrunner Coyote, and you feel bad for Wile E. Coyote. He's the bad guy in the thing, but you like, look out, there's a boulder coming. Don't put the Acme jetpack on. Stop it. And he can't help himself. Oh, wow. Take your shovel away. That hole is getting deep. We've got some more stuff to talk about today. It gets bad. All right, kids. My name is Nick Stewart. This is Sunrise Santa Rosa. You know what your name is, I hope. Thank you to Milton Post for hosting. Thank you for being here. Jerrigan's Landing. Everybody, share it, love it. We are having big numbers. 850, wrong place. 850-771-0049 is the number to call. You must dial the 850. Right? 850-771-0049. I want to get your thoughts on these things today. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. We got some crazy rain in the forecast. Let's get to that right now. Today, scattered thunderstorms, especially during the afternoon hours. High near 83. Rain tonight, 50%. Rain this afternoon, 50%. Tonight, thunderstorms will around 70. Chance of rain, 80%. Now, gazoodles of rain. That is a real word, gazoodles. I was looking at the amounts. Let me get that up here real quick. Wrong place. Flash flood watch from 7 p.m. tonight till 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. It's going to be bad. 2 to 4 inches with localized totals of at least 6 to 8 inches possible. Lots of wet starting about 7 o'clock tonight. Well, you know how their forecast is, so I'm just telling you. Low tonight about 70. Tomorrow, thunderstorms, gusty winds, small hail possible. What? High near 77. Chance of rain tomorrow, 70%. It's not bueno. That's not bueno. It is 77 in Milton, 77 in Gulf Breeze, 75 in Navarre, and 77 in Pensacola. Oh my gosh. All right. So I'm glad you're here. Oof, I know. Not enough coffee. Oh, you're one of those. You're one of those, and may the 4th be with you. I just can't. I just can't. All right. Someone asked me the last time Star Wars movie came out, they said, are you going to go see Star Wars? Are you a Star Wars fan? I said, when I was 12. You know what did it for me at the Star Wars thing? I lost interest at the Ewoks. I went, all right, I'm done. And then 20-some years later, when they get episode 1, I'm like, yeah. I said, okay, I'll go see it. And I went to see it, and then they had Jar Jar Binks. I went, I can't do it anymore. I can't give you any more of my life. 850-771-0049. This is the May. I know it is the May. It is humid, Sam. It is very humid. Messes up my hair. All right. I'll get these out of here. All right. Here's what's going on. Back to the Gremlins. I like Gremlins. All right, so here's what's going on now. Dan Schebler cannot stop himself. There needs to be a political mercy killing. I'm just saying. He was talking to Channel 3. Now, look, if you are this guy and you have, there's just hordes of things that you could do other than what you're doing. You can hire somebody. You probably need to hire a PR firm. But he doesn't. He continues to speak. The story continues to evolve. You ever talk to somebody like that? And the story evolves. And this guy's story is evolving. And so you don't know what is real. It's like watching a Terminator movie when they keep going back in time and changing. So you don't know which one is real. And we don't know. So here is what Schebler talked about when he was talking to Channel 3. Santa Rosa County Administrator is explaining how the county missed out on an opportunity to potentially receive state funding. He also assures it won't happen again, although the article does not say anything about the lies. This is what he's, we missed out on the opportunity. Some called on Dan Schebler to resign after he admitted the county never applied for a grant to pay for the county road projects. Well, that and the lies. The Florida Department of Transportation hands out nearly $20 million through small county outreach program each year. Counties submit road projects with price tags, and the state decides who gets the money. FDOT spokesperson Ian Satter confirms Santa Rosa County did not apply for the grants this year. However, he says it's hard to say how much money, if any, the county missed out on. We'll never know. We'll never know because they didn't apply. Santa Rosa County didn't meet the population requirement in 2019. It did in 2020 because the state changed it for Santa Rosa so that they could apply, and they didn't. Either way, Santa Rosa County won't receive any money in 2021. Some are pointing fingers at Schebler. Yeah. Schebler tells Channel 3 the county recently hired a new head of public works who's responsible for submitting those grant applications. The county hired these people. You remember Adam and Eve? And God asked Adam, because, hey, tell me what happened. He goes, oh, the woman you gave me, God. It's her fault. That's this guy. And the county gave me this person. She wanted, this is a statement. She wanted to make sure that we submitted a successful application and didn't feel that we had all of the information ready in time for this cycle. So you didn't apply. You didn't apply because you didn't feel that it was roadworthy. You didn't submit it because you didn't think that, she didn't think you had all the information ready in time for the cycle. Submit it anyway. Who makes that decision? And is that decision made in a vacuum? So let's go over the lies. Now, Sam Mullins did a great service. Lie number one, that Schebler and staff filed for the SCOP funds from FDOT. Yes, he said, yes, we filed. We've gone over this time and time again. Second lie, FDOT ran out of money. Third lie, they ran out of time before the deadline when FDOT said Schebler and his staff were reminded on more than one occasion, officially by email and phone, asking, where is the SCOP application paperwork? Fourth lie, it was just $600,000. But we know it's between 1.4 and 2.5 million. We know that. Thank you, South Santa Rosa News. Number 5, then Schebler said, we made a decision not to file the paperwork for SCOP funds from FDOT, but refused to answer commissioners and a number of citizens when repeatedly asked who was we and what criteria, what was the reasoning behind not filing. Now he says it's only taken him 2.5 weeks to come up with this narrative. Like I said, the stories evolved. So 2.5 weeks. He says it was he and the new public works director that made the decision on behalf of the county without commissioners' input. And without notifying the BOCC that the administrator and Schebler and public works director decided for the whole county government not to file the paperwork for SCOP funds. We made this decision in a vacuum. We didn't alert the BOCC. I'm giving Dave Peach the benefit of the doubt. He said, we filed it. He thought we did. So when that came up, and here's the other part too, is Schebler went up to, right after that meeting, when he said, yes, we filed it. So Jerry Koo goes, you did file it. I'm correct in saying we did file it. He said, yes, we filed it. And he went up to Dave Peach immediately after the meeting and said, I misspoke. That is not a misspeak. That's not a misspeak. You made a decision not to file it. You made it in a vacuum. You didn't check with the county commissioners. Why was that not run by the county commissioners? I don't know. Who does this guy think he is? That's a big shovel that you keep digging. That's a big shovel that you keep using to dig that hole. The assistant, I noted his assistant is sharing the Channel 3 story on social media. For what purpose? What purpose? A wise man once said, if you don't know when to speak or when to shut up, it makes you look like a fool. It gets worse. It's getting worse. Sue him for the amount he was negligent for. So what do you do with this? Are there other things that we can talk about? Yep. Sure enough. But this guy gives us new material almost every day. Almost every day. Why is it that we can't get a straight story out of Dan Schebler? Why is it? Now, if this is the case, if this is the truth, why did this not come out day one? Jerry Cooey, did we file for the paperwork or not? No, we didn't. And here's why. All this would have gone away. People would have been mad we didn't file. But all this would have gone away. Instead, we get nonsense after nonsense after nonsense. The drama makes me think of bad Parks and Rec episode. It does. Can Dan use that shovel to dig some drainage ditches at my house? Well, you're going to have to because there's no infrastructure money. And the infrastructure money that we were going to get from the state for roads is now coming from somewhere else. The ditches for your drainage. Dan keeps tossing out reasons and excuses to see which one might stick with the public. Well, here's what's happening. Is you are making the people of Santa Rosa angry.
Make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Yeah, you're not going to like this. You are not going to like making the people of Santa Rosa angry. And you've done that. You've poked the bear. Why is it that this has been such a labor to get the information from Schebler? He's been given opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. He would not say it in the meeting, but he tells it to Channel 3. Why didn't he give that when he was pressured? I think I have already answered that. No, you haven't. Now he gives this another narrative or this extended narrative to Channel 3. No, Jerry Cooey. Well, Jerry Cooey, and I like Jerry Cooey, but I think he gives in too easy. Hold their feet to the fire. And you've got, man, this guy who can't tell the truth to save his life. He cannot tell the truth to save his life. Either he thinks you're stupid or your attention span is too short. I don't know what his issue is. But he doesn't think a lot of you. He doesn't think much of you. If he respected you, he would tell you the truth. But he won't tell it at a commission meeting. He tells it to Channel 3. If that's the truth at all. We don't know. It's almost as bad as the CNN thing. Almost. You mean with the mayor, correct? And he tells yet another lie. Yet another lie. Why? Or why this other narrative? So the public works director thought it'd be best not to file because he didn't think the information was ready. Let me read it again. She wanted to make sure that we submitted a successful application and didn't feel we had all of the information ready in time for this cycle. So you don't hit a mark if you don't shoot. I'm not going to. What do you do? What do you do? Think about this mindset. We're not going to apply because I don't think we don't have any information to apply. Take a shot at it. What are they going to do? Tell you no? At least you made an effort. So when somebody asks you if you applied, you don't have to say yes and lie about it. You can say, yes, we applied. We were kind of rushed. We didn't have all the information. And so we missed out this year. We're working on it to be better about it. We've got new people. And there you go. There's nothing wrong with that. Take a shot at it. But we decided in a vacuum without running it past anybody at the BOCC. Or did they? I don't know, El Coco. I don't know. Cooey is campaigning for his next run for office now. Yeah, the wastewater treatment plant is really what it is, I believe. Mercy. Did he do this in a vacuum or did he alert the BOCC? If he did, James Calkins didn't know it. If he did, run it past the BOCC, Sam Parker probably didn't know it. If he did, and Cole and Peach and Colton knew about it, then there's a sunshine law problem, I think. A lack of principles in the world and the lack of ethics and just respect. Again, if someone lies to you like this, there's zero respect. Leanne says she didn't know it. I know. Neither did the rest of it. We know it now. We know it now. And Cooey was at the school board meeting. Okay. But we've got a man who at the side of it at this moment has made, see, if Dan did not do this in a vacuum, it was the sun. Yes. So which is it? Did he make this decision in a vacuum, or did he violate the sunshine law? Either way, he got to go. Either way is not good. Katie says, is he covering up for his new public works director? What's her story? All strange. Believe we are not seeing the whole story. Weird reactions from commissioners. Yes, they aren't asking any questions. The other commissioners aren't. They're just going, okay, well, we're going to let this one go. Promise something regarding, I don't know. We will see. Trying to do Jedi mind trick. Oh, your Star Wars thing. But the issue is, where does this all fall? And either way, this guy is not worthy of the position. He's not worthy of the position. And now there needs to be an investigation. After that statement, there needs to be an investigation. We made the decision without any kind of oversight. The board, hey, just want to give you heads up. But the best thing to have done was just to apply for it. You're not punished for applying and not having a good application. They're not going to fine you. They're not going to beat you up. You just say, we'll do better next time, which is what he's saying. We'll do better next time. So let's continue with the story. So the last statement was she wanted to make sure that we submitted this successful application and didn't feel that we had all the information ready in time for this cycle. So we didn't apply. Ultimately, Schebler oversees the public works department, and he's owning up to the missed potential opportunity. Listen to this statement. Hear me. Listen to the statement. In my mind, I'm responsible. Like he's not responsible. That tells me like I'm not really responsible, but in my mind, I blame myself. You know what? You are responsible. Holy smokes, people. In my mind, I'm responsible. Yeah, you are responsible. Listen to the statement. Listen to that statement. In my mind, I'm responsible. Meaning, I'm not really responsible, but I'll take the blame for it. Oh, this guy's a piece of work. Must have an investigation by the governor or the FDLE. It takes work to apply for the funds. Yeah, it does. It does take work to apply for the funds. And if that's your job, you apply for the funds. Even if you think, hey, this isn't quite ready, but here's the deadline, we got to get it in. Yes, exactly. At least it would have been documented by the deadline instead of we blew it off. In my mind, I'm responsible. No. In reality, you're responsible. Think about that statement. How arrogant can this guy be? In my mind, I'm responsible, he says. The county manages hundreds of millions of dollars every year. Schebler says they have a clean record of spending tax dollars. This situation, he says, is not a misuse of tax dollars, but a missed opportunity for more money. In this case, we missed an opportunity for some additional funding. We're going to make sure that doesn't happen again. Okay. How do you make sure that doesn't happen again? How do you make sure that this doesn't happen again? That you don't miss it? Well, you fire this joker to start with. This guy goes, in my mind, I'm responsible. I want you I want your thoughts on this. What does that tell you? Does it tell you that he is responsible? We know he's responsible, but does he believe he's responsible? I don't think so. In my mind, I'm responsible, meaning I'm not really responsible, but I'm taking responsibility for it. What a joke. What a joke. Knowing that from past experience, they should have had this as an over. Well, I can't tell that priority. Blame FDOT. Yep. He didn't miss the deadline. He obliterated it. You're right. You don't recall him. He's not an elected official. He's hired. $140,000 a year. Let's see. Hold him accountable. He's a millionaire on our tax dollars. And he lies to you. Pathological liar, narcissistic. He may be a sociopath. I don't know. What I do know is he lies. He lies to you. There you go. Pre-planned priority. Yeah, this is something that comes up every year. Every year. Every year. And when you know that FDOT has gone, or the state has gone to bat for you to group you in, your county, to group this county in, and you blow it off, it's not a missed opportunity. You flushed it. You flushed it. Wow. How does he keep his job? So let's look at this. He gets $140,000 from the county every year. He gets his military pension. He gets military health care. This guy is slaughtering it. And he lies to you. Oof. And he tells Channel 3, in my mind, I'm responsible. No, in reality, you're responsible. It is your fault. And you lied about it. Oh. Jason says, if it was me, I'd be in jail. Yeah. We are setting it in motion. We are setting it in motion. There is another meeting on May 11th. Show up in mass at 4:30. 4:30. Get your friends, get your neighbors, get anybody you can get and be there. Get your signs. Save Santa Rosa. Can Dan. Fire him. Fire the liar. Whatever you want to do. And be loud and be present. Now, we are trying to contact news organizations, national news organizations. Why national? Because that's the only way to move some of these commissioners. The only way. You've got to publicly embarrass them. They don't care what you think. They do not care what you think. If they did care what you think, Schebler would be gone. Well, we're just, Dan, I think you've had enough. I think you've had enough of this scolding. We just want to move on. No, we'll move on when he's gone. We will move on when he is out of that seat. Because this cannot stand. If the county commissioners, I want you to hear me, This guy doesn't respect you because he lies right to your face. The county commissioners don't respect you because they're supporting him. It's about respect. And there is no respect for you, the people. There's one ditch, Dan. It's about you. You're the boss, applesauce. There should be no way that these guys that they continue down this road. There's no way that they continue doing this to you because they don't fear you.
Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Be afraid. Commissioners, you are on notice. Get Dan Schebler out. You don't let him resign. That is too easy. You do not let him resign. You fire him. You fire him. And understand, commissioners, you're on notice. And that only happens when people show up en masse with media, and you have state officials, and you talk to Matt Gaetz, you talk to whoever, J.R. Williamson, all of them. Hey, we've got a problem in Santa Rosa. They lack respect. The me, myself, and I syndrome. Yeah, they are all doing this narcissistic thing. If they cared about you, they would be after Dan instead of being after James Calkins. That is one of the things that blows my mind. They aren't going after Dan for lying to the people and publicly scolding him for lying to the people. Oh, well, we missed a deadline, and yeah, that's disappointing. Yeah, what is more disappointing, what is more frustrating is that he lied to you. You lied to the people. Why did you do that? And do it publicly. But no, they didn't. They covered up. And they attacked James Calkins. What? You're not a Christian. You're not a businessman. You're not old enough. Junior, that's what we're getting. My son would say support Calkins. You could do that. People are defending Dan simply because they don't like James. But even that is a ridiculous reason. You stand up for the right, no matter who's on the right. If Nancy Pelosi did the right thing, I would stand up beside her. She's not going to, but I would stand with her. But that's not going to happen. So even if James, they thought James was on the right side, I'm like, well, we can't support the right thing because James on it. That's a dumb thing. They're just showing a lack of intelligence. I don't think that's it either. I think this is a thought out thing. We are they men of integrity? And you hate to question that. But you got to look at the main issue is that we're going to continue on this path. We're not going to challenge the multiple stories. We have Cole, Peach, Colton Wright, none of them questioned the statements. None. They all said, well, it's disappointing, Dan, but I think you learned your lesson. We're continuing on. Are you kidding me? How is that the proper thing? And now he blames the public works director. She wanted to make sure that we submitted the successful application and didn't feel that we had all the information ready in time for this cycle. So we didn't file it. I saw a deer, but I wasn't quite in the right position to take a shot. So rather than risk missing it, I didn't shoot. I had cancer. Wasn't comfortable with the doctor that wanted to remove it, so I didn't do it. I didn't have the cancer removed. You get the ridiculousness of the statements. These statements are so stupid. We didn't file it because we weren't ready. You fill out what you can, you turn it in. You never know. It's a crapshoot. There's no harm and no foul in filing it and not having quite all the information. Do you get me on that? You go. You do it. Who knows? You may make it. You might not, but you tried. Not trying is not an option. Yeah. Hold them all accountable. Hold them all accountable. Right now, the singular person, the singular person that is calling out this corruption is James Calkins. Why is that? Why is that? Katie says, I worked on government contracts years ago, and we had to pull all-nighters to meet crunch time deadlines. That's the job. That's the job. You had emails, you had phone calls reminding you, here's the deadline. You need to make sure you get this in. Where's your application? And they didn't do it. We decided against it. We weren't quite ready. Who's that fault? Dan says, Dan says, I feel in my mind. In my mind, I'm responsible. Well, you are responsible. It's not just in your mind. That's a reality. You are to blame. And did he bypass the BOCC and make this decision on his own? And if he did, why are they backing him? Why are they backing him? It seems odd to me. There's something. You smell that? It smells like sewer. They are putting manure on top of manure. And they don't care what happens. They don't care what you think. They don't care about about you and what you think and what you do. They think that you can just continue on. They can continue on and pull the wool over your eyes. The other thing, I talked about this yesterday, is James Calkins didn't attack personally. He just wanted to know why. What happened? Why wasn't this done? Why wasn't this, why were these lies told? Why? And they attacked him personally. They attacked his Christianity. They attacked his age. They attacked his lack of business savvy and insulted him. Colton Wright attacked James's integrity and then blamed him for attacking Dan's integrity. You see? You see how dumb this whole thing is? I spelled it all the way in pace. It does go downwind. I think it's a major sunshine violation. At a minimum. Why is this? They don't care about the county. The BOCC needs to care about our tax dollars and not waste them. The attack was uncalled for. You are correct. But they can't help themselves. Dan Schebler would not answer to you. I want you to think about this. He was asked in a meeting by citizens about what happened, and he would not answer. I think I've already answered that. Well, you didn't. So instead, he goes to Channel 3 and gives an answer to Channel 3 and not to you. Does that bother you? Does that bother anybody? It should. Why? You don't tell Channel 3. You tell me. You tell the citizens. But he didn't. He took a narrative to Channel 3. Again, if this was the case, if the public works director said we weren't quite ready and we didn't file it because we weren't ready, which again is a ridiculous statement. But if that is the case, why didn't they tell you that when Jerry Cooey asked the question? Or in the follow-up meeting? I made a mistake. I misspoke. You didn't misspeak. You knew exactly what you were saying. But it should offend you. It should absolutely offend you that he took that to Channel 3 and didn't tell you. Why didn't he go to South Santa Rosa News? Because it's not true. That's a good question, Donna. We have one. We have a singular commissioner questioning it. One. And nobody else cares. If they did care, they'd be questioning it, but they don't. Perhaps the interview felt like a safer, more controlled situation to Dan to toss out another answer excuse. Well, I'm sure it was. But rather than saying, hey, I'm not going to answer it, I think I already did. Chris, buddy, I appreciate you, man. He says, pisses me off. He refused to answer us peasants. Exactly. He's not going to answer you. He took it to Channel 3 and gave another excuse. Oh, my gosh. Chris, buddy, stay strong, man. We appreciate you. Hang in there. So you have this mindset that you are not important. No respect. Zero respect from this man for you, Santa Rosa. He doesn't care about you. If he did, he would have taken the heat in the meeting and said, this is what happened. I understand that. Let me explain what happened. And he didn't. He wouldn't. He would not give you an answer. Oh, I've already answered that. No, you didn't. If he'd have given this answer day one, I'm aggravated, whatever. But that's not what happened. He told a lie. He told two lies that day. So then he compounded the lies. And then he goes on Channel 3 because he does not respect you. He respects the general public. He is pleading his case to Pensacola and not to Santa Rosa. So the surrounding area, well, Dan must be an honorable guy. Why they call him for his resignation? Because he's not. He doesn't respect you. He may have well lied on Channel 3. We don't know. We don't know. This is very disturbing. This shows you this is not an honorable military man. His service in the military may have been honorable. But I don't get this at all. I don't get his lies. I don't get his going to Channel 3 and telling them instead of telling you. And I don't get the commissioners backing him instead of holding him accountable. Well, Dan, you learned your lesson. No. We're disappointed we didn't get the funds or didn't apply, but better luck next time. No. This to me is beyond the pale. Perhaps Dan was told he only answers the BOCC since BOCC hired him. There's plenty of heat to go around. There's plenty of heat to go around. That's why you must encourage others to show up on May 11th. You show up, neighbors, friends, family, you get coworkers, you get them out there. I don't care what party they're part of. This has nothing to do with party. This has to do with Santa Rosa County. They don't respect you. When leaders lie to you like that, they do not respect you. And they don't. You don't get a lifetime pass just because you served in the military. It must carry forward. You're exactly right. That's what is Jeff? Maybe. Yeah, he only answers the BOCC. He doesn't talk to the citizens. The citizens don't talk to him. They talk to us. Okay. Dan should have had this conversation in the meetings. Yes, absolutely. Romy said this all started that last summer with Dan's firing and restructuring of multiple county departments, which have caused the significant staff problems in engineering and issues in public works, not to mention the devastation of employee morale. Well, yeah, I'm sure. But it has nothing to do with him lying. In my mind, I'm responsible. Well, yeah. And it's not just in your mind. In reality, you're responsible. This is wild, my friends. This has gotten so wild that you don't even know what the truth is anymore. Call your commissioners. You call the commissioners. You demand he be fired. And you tell them, don't allow him to step down. You fire him. You fire him. We're going to show up May 11th in hordes, in masses, with signs demanding that you can Dan. Ditch Dan. Save the county. You fire him, and you, county commissioners, are on notice. All of you. All of you are on notice. You're going to toe the line, or you're gone. And we are here to hold you accountable. Those employees are afraid to come out and tell their stories. Dan can't take back all the lies. Don't let Dan confuse us. And don't let Dan go to safe places to cook up another narrative. He's a gaslighter. We talked about gaslighting. It's from a movie in the 40s where this woman is being held captive by her boyfriend or husband, and he keeps telling her she's crazy. Every time she comes up with something, you're crazy. That's gaslighting. Leanne has a loud megaphone. Get your signs ready. They also lied, Romy says, using a false narrative to close the public boat ramp on Holly Point Road. It took an unnecessary battle to get it reopened for public use. Yeah. There's multiples, Romy. There are multiples. Anybody wanting a Culkin sign? PM Kim. We did say the 11th, Leanne. It's going to be at the election office, tax office, there behind McDonald's. And it's the 11th at 4:30 in the afternoon. This cannot stand. This cannot stand. They've been betraying the county for at least 4 months. Sharpening your pitchfork. Not literally. Figuratively. Just making sure. It's got to be done. It's got to be done. To save the county. To save any kind of relationship that the Board of County Commissioners has with the county. And if you don't do the right thing and make them and hold them accountable, they will continue doing more. It'll go further the next time. There you go. And we're going to call the news. Not just Channel 3. I'm going to put it out. Because this cannot stand. Is a relationship between the Board of County Commissioners and the public important? It is or it isn't. Is the truth important? Is accountability important? And that's up to you. If it's not, then let it go. I personally don't like being lied to. I personally don't like someone looking at me in the face and telling me a lie when they know I know it's a lie. How Jerry Cooey didn't blow up when Dan lied to him, I'll never know. I'd have called him a liar right to his face right there. Jerry Cooey, when he asked the question, did you file? Yes. So we did file an application. Yes. Okay. I'd have gone off. It's up to the people to hold them accountable. The truth is absolutely important. It is. It is important. Because without that, what do you have? Without the truth, what do you have? Look at the mess we're in now. We don't know what gender we are. We identify as dogs. What is that? There's no truth there. And without the county commissioners being held with their feet to the fire, these guys should be sweating. These guys should be sweating. Dan Schebler should be sweating. He should not be going to Channel 3. Nope. He should have apologized to you first and told you the truth. This is what happened. And I panicked. I told whatever it is. And I told him his truth. I want to make that correction and then go to Channel 3. Sam Parker did the right thing. He didn't support the false narrative without the Holly Point boat ramp, which we exposed. In contrast, Colton Wright tried to spread the false narrative until the sheriff's office proved them as liars. Why is it that this has to be a fight? Why is it you have to fight for the truth? Because the truth's worth fighting for. But here's my thing. You have county commissioners who, a lot of them, you know. You've grown up with them. You've worked with them. You're friends with them. And where is the integrity? Am I questioning their integrity? Yeah. Until you give me a reason not to, because you've shaken our trust in you. Jerry left the dramatics for the Santa Rosa, as they were working together on the expose. South Santa Rosa News. I don't know. They truly believe they can get away with lying to the public. Maybe so. They do. They do believe that they can. They do believe they can withstand you. Again, let me tell you what's going to happen. Unless you show up in mass, over 1,000 people, unless you show up, unless we get the news media there and not Channel 3, unless we get huge amounts of support from the state, these guys will continue doing what they're doing to you. You've got to be heard. Feet to the fire. They should be sweating. We'll see. I've got some calls out. We'll see what happens. We've got some things out there, and we'll see what happens. Don't give up, because they think they can outweigh you. They think in this next meeting they can push it off and table it and put it another 2 weeks down the road or whatever, and you'll lose interest. Look, if we get 1,000 people at this meeting on 11th, and they can push it off, then you'll only have 500 at the next one. And it goes down, it goes down, it goes down. They just keep pushing off, and it goes away. Don't let them do it. Don't let them do it. This is absolutely beyond anything that this guy goes on Channel 3 and gives them an excuse. He doesn't respect you. And that's the truth. All right. Let's have a good day today. Watch out for the rain tonight. Lots and lots of rain. 2 to 4 inches, possibly 6 to 8 in some places. That's wild. Flood, flash flood in effect. Watch in effect. So be careful. And we're looking out for you. If you see anything else, let us know. We'll talk to you tomorrow. God bless. Stay strong.